First off, I just want to apologize for the glare because it's obviously way too sunny in this room. But in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about a movie that came out in 1999. Yes, it's been 16 years since this movie was released. And the movie I'm referring to is The Thomas Crown Affair, starring Pierce Brosnan and Rene Russo. This was, of course, Pierce Brosnan coming off of being James Bond. Basically, this was sort of like a James Bond-ish role. Basically, he's someone that goes around and steals all these art pieces, and Rene Russo's character is an inside agent, basically there to figure out what he's doing, and they become involved in this huge romantic love situation, and he ends up seducing her, and there's a lot of sexual chemistry, let's just leave it at that, between these two in this movie. Overall, it was a pretty good movie. It definitely had its moments. It had action, it had the romance. I would say overall it is strictly action, but you do get to see Rene Russo's hot body. As much as she is probably like in our mid-40s here, she is hot in this movie. But like I said, this movie is sort of like a James Bond kind of movie. You do have him outsmarting the cops a whole bunch of times when he's stealing pictures from the gallery. You have him coming up with master plans in order to avoid the cops. There's, spoiler, at the end of the movie, basically, he is set up to go and return this painting that he's taken. And he ends up having like 60 different guys that are dressed like him, putting down suitcases and doing all this random stuff. And the cops don't know which person is actually him. They just know how he's supposed to dress. The only person that truly knows exactly how he looks is Rene Russo's character, which is weird because you would think for someone that being caught on camera, you would actually know what this person looks like. But all these other these other men that are at the gallery are dressed the exact same way, have the exact same suitcase, keep dropping it off, walking around in circles, and the cops are trying to chase after them, not knowing which one is actually him. And by the time they get to where he potentially could be, the painting is back where it's supposed to be. And the cops are amazed, they don't know how that happened. And then there's a little spoiler at the end where a painting that's donated by him is missing. So you do have that angle, you have that suspense, you have, what does it say on here? How do you get a man who has everything? No. How do you get a man that has everything? And on the back you have Rene Russo and Pierce Brosnan in one of their sexual scenes there on the beach. He basically takes her to his beach house. And here's one of the random guys breaking into the art museum there. And the cool thing about this release was that it was on a white VHS. And yes, this is an old Blockbuster release. That's really cool that it still has the sticker on it. Just to remind, please rewind, thanks, the end. So there you go, it's on a white VHS label. I've never seen any on a white VHS label before, so it's really cool to have this. In Canada, it was 14A rating, and in the States, it was rated R. It was actually 2 hours long, but it didn't seem like 2 hours. It's one of those movies that definitely flew by. It definitely had it had those moments where it was slow, but at the same time, when the action sequences kicked in, it picked it up to a lot. So it was definitely a great action movie for what it's worth. So I want to get your guys' take. What do you guys think about the Thomas Crown Affair? If you guys have seen it, what's your favorite part? What do you guys think about the chemistry between Rene Russo and Pierce Brosnan? What do you think its comparison would be to like one of the James Bond movies that Pierce Brosnan did? What do you think about the white VHS labels? If there's other white VHS label cassettes out there that you can suggest that I try and find, let me know. If you want to comment on anything else, just leave a comment below. If you could hit the thumbs up button below as well, it only takes a second. That would be amazing. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, if you could just hit the subscription button below, I would really appreciate that. And if you haven't checked out the rest of my videos, definitely go and check those out as well. And if you want to hit me up on Twitter, my Twitter link is in the description box here, so all you gotta do is go look at that. My Twitter link's right there. And that's it for now. I'll catch you guys in the next video.